One night, people would sin. 23,000 people, God says, take the sin out. But the way to take the sin out is to take the sin and the sinner, bundle them out. All of you go. So if you look at God, he just seems to be killing people. He just seems to be killing people. I mean, every time Israel wakes up, somebody is dead. Somebody is God. The earth opens, swallows people. Who did it? God. The people disobey God. Snakes are biting them. Who is doing? God. Now, I'm saying all of this because it's all in the Bible. So the problem for the New Testament believer, and we will get there, is because we all read all of that in the Bible, we assume all of that is referring to everybody. But what we read there is how the master deals with a servant. But later on, something happens that changed the structure of the relationship. And I'm going to get there. In the process of time, according to Galatians, in the fullness of time, God started a new process. And John chapter 1 puts it this way. In the beginning was a Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. The word in Greek for the word is logos. Logos means word that is uttered by a living force. It is an inner thought that has been revealed. In a theological context, the logos is God's living word, Jesus Christ. He's eternal because he's in the beginning. He is with God. He is relational. He is God. He's divine. And he made all things. He is creator. Then John jumps to verse 14 and says something very profound. He says, and the word became flesh and dwelt amongst us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So this word, which is immaterial, took on a human form. And when the word became flesh, that word which has become flesh was called the only begotten Son of God. He was not the Son before, he was the Word. But he became Son and later became back to Word. But he became Son only for a period of time whilst he's here on earth. And when he became Son, he is described as the only begotten of the Father. He brought the invisible attributes of God to us in human form. Now, John then says in John chapter 3, verse 16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Note that word, only begotten Son. Only begotten Son. So God steps into time, but comes clothed as a human being. And that human being, whom we call Jesus Christ, is also called God's only begotten Son. That which happened through Christ has never happened before. Adam was a created son. Christ became a begotten son.